If you want the next 12 months to be your best year yet, don't just set goals, activate your mindset to enhance your chances of making it inevitable. Most people fail to achieve the results they want for two reasons. Firstly, they don't set goals in the first place, which is really just leaving things to chance. It's like getting in the car and going on a journey without knowing where you're going. So the first step is to get some clarity on what it is that you want to achieve in the first place. Then a lot of the people I work with set goals, they know what they want, they know what their plan is. However, the bit they fail to the bit they fail to look after is the mindset. They carry the same outdated beliefs, um, behavior patterns, actions, programming into the year and wonder why they fall short, they struggle, or it feels like there's some internal resistance which is stopping them from achieving the results that they want. So, in this episode, I'm going to take you through three core mind fitness strategies, which in total is simply 9 questions that I take my clients through, that I use myself to help you to prime and activate your mindset to give yourself the best possible chances of achieving the success and the results that you want. And if you answer these questions honestly, then in 12 months, I think you're going to thank me, if not before. You are the only one who's going to get the benefit from doing this. So get a pen, get some paper, take some time to go through these honestly and help yourself get the clarity that you want so you can align your mindset with the results that you want to achieve. And the first technique is almost like a mind audit. It's almost like you need to take stock of where you are currently before you then look at moving forward. So the mind fitness strategy that I encourage you to do is the gel questions. Simply 3 questions that we're going to go through now. And the first one is, as you look back on the year that's just passed, and I'm saying a year, these same strategies apply. You could use them daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. But as this is the focus for this one is for the next 12 months, that's why I'll say 12 months. But just know you can apply this for whatever time scale works for you. So as you look back on the previous 12 months that have just passed, maybe get your diary, maybe get your phone out, look through your calendar, look through your photos, and ask yourself, what are you grateful for? What has been great? What have been some of the highlights? What have been some of the wins in the last 12 months? Take a moment just to get some of these ideas out and make a note of all the things that have been great, that you have been grateful for, that you appreciate. There could be people in your life, it could be experiences that you've had, memories that you've created, success that you've had, small things. The size and the significance of the thing isn't as important as taking the time to acknowledge and record the actual thing that you are grateful for. So don't kind of filter and say, oh, that was only a little thing, or that was not that significant, or compared to that person, that doesn't matter. Don't filter. Just get all the things out that you personally are grateful for from the last 12 months. And I say the top tip and hack for that is get your phone and get your diary to one side as you do that, and just look through your photo roll. And it's amazing how time goes quite quickly, yet we often forget, and we lose there's a bit of distortion as to when certain things happened, and we often kind of lose track of time. So it's a really good exercise to have your photo camera roll and just whiz through that as you're doing this, just to remind yourself of some of those highlights that you've enjoyed. And the second one is enjoyed. So firstly, what you're grateful for, and there will be some overlaps with these, and that's absolutely fine. What have you enjoyed in that last 12 months? What are some of the things that you have really enjoyed doing, experiencing, and feeling in the last 12 months? So take a moment to make a note of all the things that you have enjoyed. The third question is, what have you learned? What have you learned as you look back on the last 12 months? What are your personal learnings? And there's 2 sides to this one. Firstly, learning how far you've come, what you've achieved, and it could be in the sense of the practical things that you've actually learned, and the skills that you've attained. but it's really also about acknowledging any kind of area that you would like to improve or enhance or develop. To acknowledge those as a learning opportunity is the way we grow, the way we evolve. So if you only beat yourself up for the skills you don't have, the things that you're not doing, nothing will change. Whereas if you acknowledge a key learning for something that you can focus on moving forward, then you won't just keep repeating the same things over and over again. So there's two sides to the learning. What have you learned about yourself, about your capabilities, but then also learnings that you can carry forward into the future. So that's Mind Fitness strategy number one, the gel questions or the gel journal questions. Get a pad and a paper, take the time, press pause, and just take a couple of moments to go through those. And then Mind Fitness strategy number two, I like to call the 3Ws. There we go, the 3Ws. I know, simple ideas, but really effective. As I said at the beginning, before we move forward, it's really important that we take stock and we kind of have that mind audit, we have that debrief of where we are currently, rather than just keep kind of chasing forwards. Take stock of where we are. And human nature is we tend to be very good at talking about what we don't want, what we're not happy with, what hasn't gone well. But the first step is to do that, is to acknowledge where we are. What's your current position? I remember somebody once saying to me, to illustrate this point in a slightly different way, if I was to ask you directions for somewhere, and you just tell me what you think is the best way, that's not that helpful if you don't know where my starting point is. So the key here is for you to establish your starting point. Where are you as we begin to move forward in this new, fresh chapter of the next 12 months ahead? Where is your current starting point? What's going on? What are you not happy with? What is it you want to achieve? What's holding you back? What's some of your frustrations? If you keep thinking and talking about that, you're going to keep your mind activated towards them, but it is a good starting point. So don't get stuck there. Just get all that out, and then we're going to move on to the second W, which is, what do you actually want? If you've got some clarity, and that's what we're doing here, is helping you to get some clarity. Resistance for anything is always because of lack of clarity. We haven't got clear enough on what we want, and that's what we're doing. So we've looked at what you don't want, where you are currently, what's your starting point, and now we're going to focus on what you do want. If you could wave a magic wand, if you could program your mind, if you could leap forward, get in that time machine, and kind of be 12 months into the future, where do you want to be? What do you want to have achieved? What do you want to have accomplished? What do you want to have enjoyed and experiences? What memories do you want to have created? How do you want to feel? Who do you want to be as a person? And by taking the time to do this, it's like programming your inner GPS system, telling your mind what to do. Like I said, if you keep telling it what you don't want, it will go there. But equally, if you tell it and get clarity on what you do want, then it can start helping you to move and align your actions and your thoughts towards making it happen. And the great thing about this is, in the same way as if you were to program the GPS or sat nav in a car or a plane, if there's a reason like there's some obstruction ahead and you have to take a detour, then your mind will be able to recalculate to get you back on track because it knows where you want to go in the first place. But if you just get in the car and leave the journey to chance and you get diverted, then you're just going to keep moving and going with the flow of the traffic rather than getting yourself in a position where you can course correct and keep moving in the most aligned way you can towards where you want to go. There will be setbacks, there will be obstacles, there will be twists and turns in the journey ahead. But when you know where you're going, it's much easier to navigate. So take a couple of moments to get clear on where you are and then get clear on what you want. I'd say everyone is an expert in what they don't want and where they are currently. Some people have some good ideas as to what they actually want, but the frustration comes in not actually making it happen. And the reason being, a lot of the time, is for the third W, which is to connect and to establish why you want it. What's your primary driver? What's your personal unique motivation? What is it inside of you that's going to charge you up, that's going to fuel you to make it happen? So when life does throw those curveballs your way, when you do come across those twists and turns, you're going to keep pushing forward. You're going to keep going. You're going to pick yourself up, because the mind's primary objective is to look after us and to keep us as we are. That part of the mind doesn't have the ability to choose and distinguish between whether something's right, wrong, good or bad, positive or negative. It's just set for survival. So if you're asking the mind to change, if you're asking your mind to do something different, it needs to know what's in it for you, what are the gains, what's the positive consequences, what do you have to look forward to by making this transformation. So this becomes almost like the fuel, the leverage to make it happen. And again, I've used this example with clients for years, and I've shared it in other episodes in the past. But if you think about this as going on the journey, if you got yourself or friends, family in a car, and you just sat there and said, right, we're not going to go here, and we're not going to go there, we're not going to do this, and we're not going to do that. It's going to take you forever to get anywhere. So we're going to stop that. Now what we're doing is getting the mind clear on where you do want to go. Once you've got that clarity, if you don't connect to your why, it's frustrating because it's a little bit like you are ready to go, you're excited, you're looking forward to it, but there's no fuel in the tank to make it happen. And connecting to your why is the motivation, the charge, the fuel to propel you forward to make it happen for yourself. And that unique why might sound small, vain, trivial, indifferent to somebody else. It doesn't matter. It's whatever it is that's firing you up inside that makes it important, that makes the positive consequences so amazing for you. So again, if you were to fast forward to 12 months from now and you're living your best life, you are being the version of you, that successful version of you, what does that feel like? What's so great about that? What's so important about that? And when you connect to that, that's where the real shift and transformation starts to emerge. So please don't overlook this for the simplicity of it. I know these questions are quite simple, but don't overlook it. Take the time. If there's just a small chance that could make a difference, then it's worth taking a little bit of time, investing a bit of time now. And as I said to you, your future self will thank you. So you might as well take the time to invest now to prime yourself, to activate the part of the mind that's going to make it easy and smooth for you. I say the time's going to pass anyway, so it's up to you whether you want to leave it to chance or give yourself the best possible chance. So if you're enjoying this and you find this helpful, if you haven't already, press pause, grab a notepad, grab a journal, and start making some notes for the answers to the questions for your situation, for where you are today. And then the third kind of mind fitness strategy and the next set of questions. So we've had 6 so far. We've had the what you're grateful for, what you've enjoyed, what have you learned, where are you, what do you want, and why do you want it. They're unique frameworks that I've come up with, that I've taken my clients through. And then the third one is to focus your actions. Focus your actions. And what I mean by that is, I've come across it a few times. This one's not mine. Probably 20 plus years ago is when I first came across it. A friend of mine, Jamie Edwards, Train Brain, I think introduced me to this. I've seen lots of other coaches and personal development books share the same format in different ways, but it's simply giving you 3 questions to ask yourself, to check in and to focus your actions, because your actions, the things that you do repeatedly, are either moving you towards what you want or further away from it. So it's a good idea from time to time to check in that we're not just doing things on autopilot, and we're doing things intentionally on purpose because they are aligned with getting us to where we want to be. So again, like I said to you earlier, you can do this daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. And the first one is to ask yourself, with what I want to achieve, with the results I want to get, is there anything, any thoughts, any habits, any actions, any behaviors that I can stop doing that are not helping me, that may be even hindering your progress? So that's the first thing. Just have that audit, have that debrief, have that check-in with yourself. Is there anything that you could do, anything you could stop doing that may be slowing your progress and momentum down? Give that some thought for a couple of moments. And then the second one, again, looking at your habits, your behaviors, your actions, your thoughts, the things that you do consistently. Is there anything that's working? Is there anything that you're going to continue to do? So we've got stop, and then the second one is continue. What can you continue to do that's going to help you to move forward to achieve your best year yet? And then the third and final question, the ninth question in the sequence, is start. Is there anything, or what could you possibly start doing that's going to help you? And again, most people already have a good idea, they're just not doing it. So ask yourself, with what you want to achieve, with what you want to accomplish, with where you want to be 12 months from now, to give yourself the best possible chance of achieving your best year yet, what could you start doing now and consistently to help make that happen? And there you go. There's 9 simple questions that you can have to give yourself a mind audit, to help you to release and let go of anything that's not working, to activate and prime your mindset, and to keep you on track and aligned to help you to have your best year yet. And again, check in periodically throughout the year to ask yourself these questions, to revisit them, and to ensure that you're moving forward in the right direction. So I'd love to hear from you. Once you've gone through that exercise, let me know which one of those you found the most useful. What's been a good reminder? What have you kind of discovered for the first time? And also, what is it that you want to achieve in the next 12 months? I'd love to hear that as well. So let me know in the comments, what is it you want to achieve and what you're going to take away from this episode? And if you do need any help, if you do want any help to kind of elevate your mind, to get rid of the head shite that's in the way and blocking you from achieving the success you want, and update your mind for where you want to be, then get in touch, drop me a message, and let's see what route is best aligned for where you are and what you want to achieve. And let's get you moving forward to ensure that you achieve your best year yet. I look forward to hearing from you, and I wish you all the best for the most amazing year ahead. Take care for now.